Yo, here we are. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the February 2025 wrap-up.
We have arrived.
We have finally arrived. Sorry we were late. We were catching up on doing some episodes. We just recorded our Vampire in Brooklyn episode, and then we're going to be doing the Monkey after this. I guess right out of the gate. Well, let's say hi to everybody, and then we'll get into everything. What's up, Zach Sheeran? What's cooking? Sean Laughlin, Ryan Robin, Triple T Industries, Daryl Niles, Johnny Browning, Dan Belcher.
Zach Sheeran's in here.
I think I said that one.
I was trying making sure the cat was live. That's my excuse this time, Joe. I was paying attention.
Bladder Puncher, punching him right in the bladder. Sean O'Rourke is in the chat as well.
Yes, I'm in there. I forgot to log into the movie dumpster. I was just letting people know.
No, you're good.
But I'm in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Sean's.
You're here, you're there, you're everywhere.
I cloned myself.
Gil DaCosta, what's cooking, dude? Who else? I'm looking. Who else is in the chat right now? Adam Kirkendall, what's cooking? Who else? You guys are chatting it up. There's a lot of chatting. Sorry we were late, so we're just buzzing on through this right quick.
Dustin's in here. How you doing, Dustin?
What's up, Dusty?
From the Flicks and Friends podcast, naturally.
But of course.
Synthwave Symphony, welcome.
Hey.
There's your buddy, Joe.
Billy Mount, the third, not the first or second. Here he is. Trident the Fan, what's going on? Mike Scriver. Pool Stroke. In parentheses, Pool Stroke.
It's SEAN, Sean, since you did ask. The Irish spelling.
We had a boss one time when we worked together at this other company before what we're doing now.
Oh, yeah, like over a decade at this point.
I'll never forget my boss coming to me and goes, "Is his name Scene?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking stupid?"
Well, when I used to work retail, you'd be surprised how many people messed that one up.
Oh, my goodness
Not
gracious.
since. Very rarely does that happen, but...
Let's see.
Marty McFly's in here.
Brian, what's up? Jim E. Hat. I don't go anywhere without my Jim hat.
Or your Jim E. hat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, my Jimmy hat. Grizzlehorn, what's cooking, dude? Retro Kimball.
Welcome. Dan Hayes. Dave Henderson's here. Julie Lockwood's here. She's also in there with me. She cloned herself, too.
Blowing them horns, dude.
Yeah. Gianni, welcome.
Dave Henderson.
Yes.
I know you just said that, but I wanted to say it again.
It's fun. I like the way he's got that. The username's fun. So he just watched a review on Venom. That's an old one.
Oh, jeez.
Apologies for fucking up. I think I said Red Man or something instead of Method Man. I didn't know any better. I was ignorant to the Wu-Tang back then. But,
now he's fully versed in the Wu-Tang.
Yeah. If we did that episode now, it would have been really... I actually would have been more angry that Method Man was in that.
Yeah.
I wonder how that holds up. But
yeah, man.
I hope you like the episode.
Sabine Figaro, what's going on? Hiya. All right, are we all caught up here?
As far as the chat's concerned, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
We're all caught up saying hello to everybody. All right, let's get into this shit. Knees. Oh, I always think it says Niles. I'm sorry, Daryl Knees.
There you go.
Daryl Knees. Slap that up to me. All right, now I won't forget. I'm sorry.
But like Joe said, I don't know if you're about to go into a spiel, but we just filmed our Vampires in Brooklyn episode. It's a little late with that. We had done that poll for Patreon and YouTube to basically decide our Black History Month film because we had our Valentine's Day film with Lover's Lane.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that in a bit. But just a lot of stuff was happening, and we couldn't quite meet up to record till today. So it still is our Black History Month episode, but it's going to be coming out in March.
It'll be coming out in March. It'll be coming out this week, at the end of this week. So that's cool. You're going to get 2 episodes this week, which is very cool. You're going to get the Monkey Right review, and you're going to get Vampire in Brooklyn at the end of the week. All good stuff. Still going to do that Monkey read-along thing for Patreon, and then we have Vampires commentary track coming for Patreon as well. So we're just kind of getting back into the groove.
I think you might have talked about that on the last live show. Yeah, I like that idea.
So
the Monkey read through.
Yeah, I'm gonna be reading Skeleton Crew, like Stephen King, The Monkey. I'm gonna be reading it like an audiobook or a video book, whatever you want to call it.
I love the idea. I can't wait to see what you come up with that.
It's not gonna be anything super complicated visually. It's just gonna be me reading, so that'll be fun. If you want to listen to my sultry voice, read a Stephen King.
I want to hear it.
Novella, short story, whatever. Yeah, so let's get off at the beginning. I went away for a week to shoot a movie
Yes.
I shot my first feature film.
Mm.
I was director of photography for my first feature film, and I just want to say thank you so much to actually technically Bloody Bones
Oh yeah.
is my first feature.
Still working on that
but
one,
this is I'm saying this is my first feature because it's complete. We shot everything. It's soup to nuts. It's
crazy.
in the can. So I want to say,
in a good way.
Yeah, I want to say, huge thanks to Bobby Knipe Jr. for putting his trust in me and taking a chance on me, and just having an awesome group of people to work with, and like Ryan Martell and Mel Heflin and Dan Grogan and our buddy Clarence, that was so gracious for us to stay at his house, and my friend Lacey that I met there for the first time, and Josh Schaefer of Lunch Meat was there. He played the titular pig shit. And Kelsey and Chris and everybody at Astronomic and all those folks. There's just a lot of great people. And I had a blast. It was a really good time. And it was so nice to get back to be with people that, want to make a film and are just as passionate as I am about it, and are doing, we all had to deal with some falling outs that we had with a lot of other units that were supposed to be on the projects, but we all came together and we all wore 6 different hats. It's nothing new, right?
Oh God.
For us,
indie production, right?
It's nothing new. But we did it. We pulled it off, and that's cool. And I'm sure some of you have seen the first 2 minutes and the
right. It's on YouTube now.
It's on YouTube right now in Astronomic Studios. Go subscribe to them, please, and go watch the first 2 minutes of pig shit. And there's also like a mini trailer thing at the end. So if you saw like the mini like sizzle reel thing is up on all the socials, but the first 2 minutes of the film, while it's complete, it's not final. So it's just like just to get the old beak wet, as they say.
I'm very wet. I enjoyed what I saw.
So we've been getting a pretty
excited.
good response so far. Bloody Disgusting covered it, and Horror Society covered it, and Horror Fuel covered it. iHorror is going to be doing a piece on it. So thank you so much to if anybody from any of those things is watching. Thank you so much for doing that. That's pretty awesome.
We got Dumpster Dwellers in the chat talking it up, Joe.
Yeah.
Saying they're excited for pig shit.
Oh man,
Johnny's saying he's into the shit for pig shit.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I really appreciate that. So it's really exciting for me as a filmmaker to actually have a feature under my belt, my first feature under my belt. So that's cool, and I'll probably be doing most of that. Bobby and I will be doing the editing, but I'll probably be doing most of the editing depending over the next few months. We're trying to get it out for October and do a premiere and stuff. So look for that, and we'll be talking about it and all that kind of stuff. So that was the first thing. So as soon as I got back from that excursion, I like drove 10 hours home,
like late as hell, right?
Went to bed at like 3 a.m, got up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and went right back to work the next day.
Yeah, that was still crazy to me, but what are you gonna do?
So, well, that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
So I was working all week. And then my wife got sick, and she had like a really bad cough, and she had like flu symptoms and stuff. And I was like, "Fuck!" And I'm down in like emergency and all that. I'm like, "Fuck! I can't get sick! Fuck! I gotta go see the monkey! I gotta fucking do all this shit!"
Wow, yeah.
So I ended up getting sick, and that pushed all the plans back a week. So
they can't plan for that. It's unfortunate. What are you gonna do, right?
No. So everything moved up a week, and we're kind of crunching a little bit to get back on track. I'm all better, which is great. My wife is all better, which is great. There's residual bullshits, but not really. Wow. We're not sick.
You always have that little bit of a nasal,
the little nasal inflection and shit like that. But I also think that's my allergies because it's been like hot and cold and
the weather's been weird.
We also
in the Northeast.
We also just talked for the most I've talked in the past 3 weeks. About, I don't know, 20 minutes ago.
Well, in a truncated period of time, 20 minutes or 2 hours of almost just talking.
Thank
nonstop.
goodness I didn't lose my voice because my wife got a really bad cough. I did not get the same cough. I got the flu, but she got a really bad cough where she totally lost her voice. So, the only reason I sound like I'm losing my voice is because I just talked for a fucking hour and a half before, and that's the most I've talked. So I got to
That's true.
We're
going to be talking some more after this. It'll be a day of talking tomorrow is when we're going to be like asking like to hold up a sign like fucking Wile E. Coyote to talk.
Yeah, so it's all good stuff. So Now I'm better. We just like I said at the beginning, we just recorded our Vampire in Brooklyn episode that's coming out, and we're gonna do the monkey episode after this
The
live show. And we wanted to just make sure that we did this today to kind of get to you guys and kind of address everything on a larger scale.
Yeah, touch base with you guys, the audience, the dumpster dwellers.
Yeah, touch base with the dumpster dwellers, see what's cooking. That's what this live wrap ups are about. Or like, being transparent, hanging out, just being us and talking to you guys and just chilling. Just bullshitting. So so with that being said, that's all stuff with us. There's something else that I want to talk about that hit me pretty hard this morning, and my buddy and our buddy, I've known him for a long time. I've known him for a very long time.
Definitely a friend in the horror community for sure.
Yeah, and if y'all are in the horror community, you know Jeremy Moorhead. And some of you are probably friends with him, or you've heard of him, or if you've listened to Epic Film Guys, he's part of that show as well. He was diagnosed with leukemia, and that was a big blow for, I think, everybody and his family and everything. And we want to try to help him as much as we can. We always talk about community on the show, and we always talk about getting together and being there for each other and stuff like that. And we'd like to ask you guys if we can come together and to help. And if you got $1 or you got $50 that you can spare to help his family through that'd be great. If you go in the description of this video, there is a link to the GoFundMe for that. And if anybody gives us any super chats tonight, all of that is going to that fund as well. I've already donated, and we will donate as well. But we're asking you, as the horror community, as a dumpster community, if you can spare a couple bucks, it really helps a lot for Jeremy and his family while they go through this and deal with that. And we'd really appreciate it. So and again, any super chats for tonight that you want to throw at us, we're gonna bop it over to that fund, to Jeremy's fund. Not sorry to bring everything down, but
cancer fucking sucks.
I know
it's horrible to hear that.
It's
heart goes out to him and his family.
You hear it happen all the time, and then when it happens to somebody you know and that you care about and that's your friend, you're like, oh, fuck.
Extra heavy. Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, fuck, and you kind of
hits closer to home for sure.
It could be you. It could be you. It could be anybody. It makes it more real, which is really a shitty thing to say.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. That again in the description, and if you're listening on audio after the fact of this live show, there'll be a link in the podcast description as well. If you want to do that for the GoFundMe, that'd be great. All the best to Jeremy and his family, and we're rooting for you. Everybody's rooting for you.
God.
So with that being said, we can talk about some other stuff that's going on. So we really front loaded this with.
I mean, that's very important. You don't want to forget that.
Yeah, no, I mean that was the big thing that I wanted to talk about tonight with you guys, and what's going on in our lives and kind of like our personal lives and stuff. And that was a big thing to talk about. So with that being said, what movies have you been watching, dude? Did you see anything new?
I saw The Monkey.
Well, we saw The Monkey. Of course we know that. Yeah, of course we know that.
Okay, so what was the last time we did a live show? It was probably the beginning of January. I'm trying to think what I saw. Saw Companion. That was fucking incredible. I don't know if I talked about that already.
Oh, yes. So
maybe I did actually, but that was really good regardless.
You talked about, well, now we can talk about it because I watched it too.
Yeah.
So while I was sick, I watched a bunch of stuff actually. More than I thought. When you're sick, I was thinking about this before. When I was a kid, I used to love getting sick because it meant staying home from school. It meant watching movies. It meant eating fucking ramen, baby, watching TV, watching movies. And I didn't have to do shit, you know. Oh,
it was on when we were kids. They still aired the reruns.
You know what's funny about that?
They still put it on?
Guess what I watched while I was sick?
Get the DVD?
No, it's on YouTube. The entire series of David the Gnome is on YouTube.
That's sweet. It's only 13 episodes.
You want to talk about fucking super cozy, put you back in and just fucking snuggle up and take a little sick nap? Pop on that David the Gnome. Goodbye now.
Sad ending if you ever got to the end and never seen it. It's like, oh no.
Well, same with dinosaurs, right?
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah. So we watched Companion. And it's exactly I called it when I saw that first trailer.
Sure, the trailer. I mean, trailers kill me.
But what's fucked up is
I don't think it ruins it though.
I don't think it. I think I would have liked to just
not know
known.
Anything, sure.
But what solidified the twist is that like it's in. If you go to Amazon, I wouldn't suggest watching it on Amazon. Which I didn't watch on Amazon. That's just, I wanted to see if it was free or not.
Sure,
but you had to pay for. You had to pay for it. It was like $20 a round.
Oh, well, because it's so new, right?
Yeah, right. But my point is, there's a spoiler right in the fucking picture, and I'm like, dude.
Oh, like even the poster. Honestly, once you kind of like watch the movie, you're like, oh, why is that the poster?
Well, also like I called it from the first trailer.
Yeah.
Sort of. But it was great. It was great. I really enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, I feel like we're far enough that we could spoil it, but maybe we'll wait another month if you haven't seen it. Just highly recommend it if you want a good horror movie that's got some pretty good comedy bits, actually.
Yeah,
dark comedy.
It's by the guys who did Barbarian. It's not like Barbarian.
I liked it more than Barbarian.
Very
different.
I liked it in a different way.
Sure.
And it deals with different things and social commentaries that are really good and pretty fucking strong and good shit.
Lucas Gage, Jack Quaid, Sophie Thatcher, and I forget his name, but the guy who plays Guillermo on fucking What We Do in the Shadows.
God, he's the best. Yeah, I forgot his name.
I
always just say, oh, it's Guillermo.
I'm trying to be better about remembering newer actors' names, which is something I struggled with the last few years, just on a personal note. So I've been like, Lucas Gage is in a lot of shit. He's in Smile 2.
Is that the guy from The Boys?
Yeah. Okay. No, he's not in The Boys, but he was in Euphoria. Actually,
he's Novocaine in that new Novocaine movie.
That's Jack Quaid.
Okay,
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lucas Gage is like is Guillermo's boyfriend in the movie.
Oh,
he's in a lot of horror lately. He's kind of been popping up in a lot of shit.
Really?
I think that's his name. Lucas Gage.
That's the first time I've seen him.
Harvey Guillen. Yeah. Guillen, however you say that.
Guillen.
The Spanish.
It's Guillen.
Guillen.
Yeah.
I kind of love him in What We Do in the Chat. He's great in Companion. But very good movie. I guess he was in Abigail. I didn't see that though. I think he was in that.
I haven't seen Abigail yet.
But I saw that. So Companion was very good. Recommend that.
Yeah, Companion was good.
Hard Eyes.
Hard Eyes was great.
Very good.
My goodness. That was like way better than I expected to be.
Yeah.
It was like a one-off thing. Were we gonna do a cover?
We were talking about
doing it right.
It's definitely one of those cases where I feel like we're just too far removed from when we saw it when we could have meeten up. I mean, we could have done it. I'm not saying we're incapable of it.
But
I kind of was over it by the time we would have done it.
Right. Well, actually, I watched it while I was in North Carolina. Like,
when you were filming still,
yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention Brady Daly, who was one of the fucking heroes of the set. My bad. That was the first time I had met him. He was the producer on the movie. So it was me, Brady, and Bobby went out to go see. We had boys' night and went to go see
Hard Eyes.
And it was good, man.
Good kills.
Yeah, it was good kills, good story. It was fun. It was a good time. It was the most bizarre thing to see, like
as a boys' night movie.
No, it was just the most bizarre thing to see, like a rom-com smashed together with like a slasher movie.
I guess that's what I mean by that. Not that it hasn't been done before, but it was a split down the middle rom-com. I think they actually kind of nailed the idea.
It's never been. I've never seen anything done like that before.
It is unique.
And they did a really good job. It was a lot of fun. So if you didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, definitely check it out on streaming. Or I'm probably gonna buy it. Like that's how much I liked it. Like I thought it was really good.
Brian Robin though, Abigail's another one the trailers kind of ruined. If they didn't show the twist of what she actually is, it's like, well, the movie's probably still good, but why didn't they show that?
Yeah.
Well, they got to get the asses in seats. I get it.
Yeah, seriously. I also saw Heretic. Excuse me.
Oh, with Hugh Grant.
I thought
and Mia Goth is in that, I believe.
No.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Nope, neither
Sophie
of them.
Thatcher.
Sophie Thatcher.
I know it was one of those.
Is that the chick from Yellow Jackets?
Yellow Jackets, yeah.
And from Companion,
yeah. I don't know why those three I get them mixed up.
Thatcher.
They're totally different actresses.
Yeah. That was really. Did you see that?
I did want to see it. I just know she's in it.
So that was really good. I ended up really enjoying that. And I always like faith questioning movies.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay.
And it's one of those, and I just really enjoyed it. It was really good. Not to, I can't really talk about it unless without spoiling it.
Sure, it's hard to talk about. Yeah.
So it's good. Check it out. I mean, if you like that, it's more cerebral than it is scary. There's a lot more. There's a lot of tension building stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of a slow burn.
Speaking of the movie,
it's good.
A different movie, but that description you just gave, I finally watched The Menu.
Oh, I love that
one
too.
Holy fuck, is that movie amazing? And it is not what you think it is.
No.
This one I'll spoil a little bit. It's not cannibalism. You can go into it thinking it's that.
You didn't have to say that.
I'm just saying, I feel like everyone it's cannibalism. Why do I need to watch them? Because that's what I just had heard from a lot of people online. And it's
why they wouldn't watch it?
Yeah, because the twist is so obvious. And it's like, well, it's actually way more complicated than you realize.
It's not. Now,
but it's a slow burn.
Well, that's what I thought. I'm like, they're fucking eating people. And it's like, oh no, this is way better.
They want you to think that.
Yeah, but it's like way better of an execution.
It's more of a the constant building in that film, and Anya Taylor-Joy and Ralph Fiennes are just so fucking good.
And Nicholas Hoult is great in that too.
He's so
he's such a douchebag.
Despicable.
Yeah.
But I finally saw that. I'd been kind of holding out for years because I just kept hearing the rumors that it was just cannibalism. It's cannibalism, but it looked good, so I was like, I was waiting for it to hit streaming without having to pay for it.
It is such a,
and I did. It was great. It's on Netflix, I think.
It's such a, it's another one of those good like social commentary movies.
Oh yeah, right. Johnny Pop Burger and Fries.
Burger and Fries.
Holy shit, what an ending! That was a great movie. I can't believe I waited for that one. If you haven't seen The Menu, you like quirky kind of shit, definitely go see that one or watch it rather.
So not new movies. Well, I mentioned I watched David the Gnome, and that was great. I really enjoyed that. Again, it's on YouTube. If you don't even know what the fuck that is, go check it out. Or if you used to love it as a kid, definitely go check it out. It's all there. I watched the Possession of Joel. The fuck is it? Jules, what is it called again?
She'll let you know in 7 seconds.
She will let me know in 7 seconds.
But another
Vincent just dropped that it's a possession flick from the 70s that I had never heard of before. And I kind of blind bought it because I was like, oh, this sounds super interesting. I really want to check this out. And again, it's one of those movies where it's that gritty 70s New York that I love to watch. I love watching movies like that, like The Sentinel or anything like that.
Oh God, 70s New York is just like, if people don't know what it used to look like, you would just have it was a fucking madhouse. It was just like porn theaters after porn theaters.
It was a shithole.
It was.
She's not coming through with the name. It's the Possession of Joel.
Joel Lascola?
Joel Lascola, yeah.
People say that sometimes.
They call me Joel.
Gianni's joking a little in the chat saying the Possession of Joel Lascola. He's in on the
Possession
joke.
of Joel Delaney.
Okay.
And it's a 70s flick. It's not it's a possession flick, but it's not necessarily a demonic possession flick, which I really liked about it. The twist.
Okay.
The twist is fucking great, and it has a lot of there's a lot of Latin religious belief and magical practice and things. It's really interesting, and it's really good. So if you're a fan of like 70s flicks like The Sentinel and stuff like that, you'll really like The Possession of Joel Delaney. It's really good. I liked it a lot. It's good shit.
I mean, I'll check it out. I like possession films.
Yeah. So I watched that. And I watched Iced for the first time. That was another blind buy. And that's like a slasher flick, like a snow slasher.
I was gonna say,
snowy slasher.
Picture the poster actually, because when we did Lovers Lane, I might have actually seen that one.
Well, it's not Shredder. So Shredder's
that's what I'm thinking of,
and not Shredder Orpheus. It's just called Shredder.
This is Iced.
This is called Iced.
Like igloos and penguins and ice
and like ice.
Yeah.
What else did I watch? What else did we watch?
And
we watched The Carpenter.
Carpenter,
the Wings Hauser, the new restoration of The Carpenter.
I've never seen it. I know Dustin covered it on Flicks and Friends a while back. He's always talking it up that it's pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. It's a good movie, and it's cool because I think for the first time, like everything was like restored, like uncut.
Oh, okay.
Which was cool, and I think Vincent like had to put together 2 different prints to make it fully uncut. It's a good flick, it's like a mental health movie.
Oh, okay.
And then it's kind of like a ghost movie, sort of. I don't know. You got to watch it. It's pretty good.
I'm trying to. I mean, I've watched a bunch of shit, so it's like I'm trying to just think of things that are worth talking about. Like I watched for the first time, actually. I think I mentioned this to Joe, but Once Upon a Time in China. Now they have all these Once Upon a Time in the
Once Upon a Time in the West, Once Upon a Time in New York, Once Upon a Time in China, Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
The New York one is actually Sergio Leone, also. So because I was
it's
looking it all
movie,
up, yeah, with James Woods and all them.
Yeah.
But I was looking this one up, and it stars Jet Li. And I was like, all right, well, it's got to be at least a pretty good movie. It's on Criterion Channel where they have a ton of Asian films.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If you like martial arts and like historical Chinese shit, oh, this is like one of the best martial arts movies I ever fucking saw.
Yeah, I never
half an hour in, it starts getting real good, but it's like historically based. Like Jet Li's like some historical figure that like
a leader.
Yeah, he was a doctor, but also a kung fu master.
Oh.
I forget the name of the historical figure. Jackie Chan played him in a bunch of movies too, but he's like a folklore hero in China, martial art expert.
Gotcha.
And he basically is defending this town and his infirmary against the colonizers, the Americans and the British that are coming in and basically trying to take over China and change it.
The British.
Both of them are in this movie.
Americans?
Yeah. This is China, not specifically Hong Kong. They even talk about it in the movie.
Where?
It's like late 1800s. It's Industrial Revolution era. Oh, yeah, man.
And America's invading
America's
China?
involved. They're involved. They have a whole base there. Like, this is our property. This is the embassy. They're real dickheads about it.
Well, of course.
And they lean into that. And so it's kind of an interesting angle to just see it from China's perspective, which it does make sense. There's plenty of movies from that, like from America, it would be the Native Americans looking at us coming in.
But you look at China and like it's such an old civilization.
Right, yeah. Well, they're picking this specific time period, 1890 or whatever.
I know, but I'm saying it's such an old civilization.
Yeah.
And like the way,
it is.
The way the Chinese are treated or were treated in America is fucking awful.
Oh, it is. And the movie goes all into that. Yeah. It hits all those stories. Like we're going to take you to America. You're going to find gold. There's gold all over America. Just come with it. Now they're slaving them away.
Yeah. Just come on the ship.
Taking the women.
And then they make them slaves.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. Jet Li figures it out, and then shit goes down. But there's a lot of that, like, how can kung fu fight guns? We can't keep up with the rest of which a lot of Japanese movies also kind of tread that territory.
I do like that.
It's very. It came out in the 90s, so again, I'm very late to it, but I was like, oh, these Once Upon Us. I haven't seen this one.
I haven't seen it, so I
made 4 or 5 of them.
I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, and there's like 3 of the sons of the dragon, or whatever they call that, like Jackie Chan's, like, it's not Sammo Hung, but like 2 of the other guys that were in that group of martial art experts in the late 80s and 90s.
That's really cool, man. I got to check that out.
I love Sammo Hung, too, by the way. I haven't talked about him in a minute.
Sammo Hung?
Sammo Hung, yeah, excuse me.
That's
most like there's other stuff I've seen, but those are the things that are jumping out at me.
Yeah.
Like I finally watched People Under the Stairs, but I just talked about that on the Vampire in Brooklyn episode.
But you can talk about it here if you want.
That movie's great. Fucking Big Ed from Twin Peaks running around in a gimp suit with a fucking shotgun.
Oh, dude. He's a fucking werewolf, dude. He's a preacher werewolf.
Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah, Silver Bullet. Oh, he gets all over the map. Oh
yeah,
god,
man. He's so good, man. Gil Everett or Everett McGill.
Everett McGill. Yeah.
He's in Dune too.
The Lynch one. R.I.P.
I'm trying
to say that every time. I still can't believe it.
I'm trying to see if there's any other things that I've seen or that I watched.
Well, I could answer Sean Laughlin. He's asking, have y'all?
Well, I was going to take everybody's questions.
Oh, it's relevant to what I've watched.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good though. They're asking if you've seen Blind Swordsman with Rucker Hauer. Joe has, and I have not. But I've actually been watching like all the Zatoichi movies, which Blind. Or not? Is it Blind Swordsman?
It's called Blind Fury.
Blind Fury, which is based on the 13th Zatoichi movie, which is a series of films starring, I think his name's Shintaro Katsu, as the Blind Swordsman. There's even a character in One Piece based off of him. But the 13th movie is what Blind Fury is based off of. So I've actually watched the first 11. So I got 2 more to go, and then we can finally do fucking Blind Fury.
That's like fucking Godzilla, man.
Yeah. It's at the point where, like, by the 11th movie, I'm like, yeah, this is starting to get repetitive. But
I'm
holding out hope that they get good again. But like the first 7 or 8 are like really fucking good. Just to kind of answer your question, Sean.
I want to say hi to a couple people, and then we're going to take questions from everybody. And make sure when you give us the questions, put at Movie Dumpster, so it pops up so they get highlighted. Because it's hard to read everybody's thing if you want to ask us something directly. I saw a bunch of people jump in here.
Joe is going through the chat for audio listeners.
Oh yeah, my wife was in there and she's like, "Oh, you put the DVD away, so I forgot the name. It's all right."
Oh,
we got it. We got
Joel.
there eventually. Joel Delaney.
Yeah.
Dad's Dungeon. What's going on? Connor McGraw. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Connor? I mentioned you in that video, or I don't know if you saw that on the socials.
Yeah, Work Diggets, what's up? Has Donut? Or HZ Donut. I think it's Has Donut.
Has Donut.
Yeah, Brundlefly. There he is. There's Jeff Goldblum himself. He's in the chat, folks.
Yeah. Speaking of, we did the Fly with Flicks and Friends podcast.
We did,
with Dustin and Paul. Check
that
out.
And we also did Alligator 2. With
Dissect That Film.
Dissect That Film.
And since, before I forget, I wore the shirt so I wouldn't forget. I wore a Yellow Jacket shirt because I was actually, I didn't even tell you this actually. Baron's Hideout. They've been doing weekly reviews of each episode. I just did one with Anna.
You did?
And Dustin.
Thanks for telling me.
I meant to tell you earlier and I just forgot. Not Dustin Elkins, the other Dustin. I forget his last name. Little D, as they like to refer to him as. We talked about the 4th episode.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's
also
the
third season?
Yeah, season 3, which I thought was the last season, but then on the show they're like, no, it's not, and there's like 2 more seasons coming.
Oh God, I didn't watch it yet, so don't tell me about it.
Show's fucking great. Highly recommend it.
I didn't say it wasn't bad. It was good. It's good. I like it. I like it, but like we'll see.
Do we need 5 seasons?
Do we need 5 seasons?
That's where I'm coming from, but we'll see. Yeah. I think it's one of the best shows on TV. It's also like one of those shows that every episode I come off very angry at every character. I'm like, why the fuck did you do this? There's no drama without it.
My thing is, if we're working towards this thing,
and
we don't get to thing, I think that's why they're like, well, it's going to be 5 seasons now because we don't want to reveal exactly what it is yet.
How far behind are you?
I haven't seen any. I've seen season 1 and 2. I haven't seen any.
You got to watch 3. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Julie started watching, so I think she's 2 episodes in or 3 episodes.
You can catch up pretty easily. Don't wait till the whole thing's out. Then it's too much.
I know. I know. I gotta watch it. I gotta make.
I know it's easier said than done, but you definitely got to catch up.
Okay,
we talk about a lot of that stuff.
That's cool
episode.
though. That's cool. I didn't even know that was coming.
I think it's out Monday, so either the day after this recording or live, or check on their stream.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Baron's Hideout.
Yep. Okay. So let's take some. What's cooking over here? We got Dan Belcher. What awesome horror VHS cover disappointed you the most after watching it?
That's a tough one. I'm not even really the expert on that per se, but I'll just pick one that's, because I've mentioned it before. Bleeders. One of the coolest VHS covers with the fake blood.
Yeah.
The movie just kind of sucks.
I love that movie.
I think Granny Van Dam out of it.
Hey, man, it delivered the potato people. They were in it.
It's got things I like, but the movie not great.
He means stuff where like the cover's completely different than
not
the
even
actual
close.
movie.
Ooh.
I'm trying to really think. Because there's a lot of stuff where like I knew about what was in the movie before I saw the cover. I'm trying to think like way back when I was a kid.
Jack Frost 2 or Jack Frost 1 actually. I mean that hieroglyphic's fucking cool, but he never makes that like
never
mouth
looks
thing.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
way better
one,
examples.
Yeah.
That's one.
I gotta come back to that one because there's like a million movies in my brain and I have to parse it. I'm gonna come back to that one.
You know what might be the worst cover is that like Friday the 13th they put out a couple years when they lost the rights to Jason.
God, Hook Chain Man.
Yeah, it was like that shadowy figure.
Hook guy. Yeah.
Connor went off on that when he was still on the show.
Fucking hilarious. Gianni Hello says, I just had the honor of hanging out with the famous Tony from Hack the Movies last month on his trip to LA. You guys think you'll ever swing by the Cali Coast sometime? We'd love to.
I mean, I definitely plan to. I would love to for Movie Dumpster. I have to visit family, but not for in an MD capacity. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we haven't. It would be nice to come as Movie Dumpster. It's tough because we have to like take off work and shit.
Well, that is Tony does have that.
Tony has the advantage where he works for himself, so he can do those kinds of things.
I would say, yeah, we would love to.
I'd love to.
Not in the cards right this minute.
Not in the cards this minute.
We'd love to make it happen.
We'd love to make it out there. We're going to be doing our first convention. We didn't even announce it yet, but we're going to be guests at our first convention, which is fucking bonkers.
Yeah, that's coming up
to me. That's coming up this summer, so we'll have more info soon. And we'll have like free passes that we can give away and shit like that. So we'll talk more about that soon. So Johnny Browning says, top 3 teenage Frankenstein movies. Teenage Frankenstein.
Was this Alice Cooper?
How many teenage Frankenstein movies are there?
I'm going to assume that was a misnomer. I'm just going to say Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein. That's it. The rest aren't great.
I can't.
The Nero one's laughable.
Like I'm trying to think of teenage Frankenstein movies.
Lisa Frankenstein.
Tammy and the T-Rex.
Oh, maybe that's what he means.
I think does that count?
Yeah, it probably does.
T-Rex.
Frankenhooker, does that count?
Yeah.
Put Frankenhooker in there. It's better than Ghost.
They're not teens.
It's better than Ghost Frankenstein.
Yeah, but that's like two. That's like an apple.
80 years removed.
It's like an apple and a fucking orange. It's two different things.
Well, 50, but still. We have joked about how many things are Frankenstein-esque on this show. I can't really think of anything. Frankenstein's Army.
My boyfriend's back doesn't count, right? Because he's a zombie.
It's in the. It's kind of a little too close
because it's like Frankenhooker makes sense because she's actually Patty Mullen's actually brought back. Johnny Dingle just comes back from the dead.
Yeah, he's got Franken in the name. The dog one, the
Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie, that's up there. I haven't actually seen the CGI one.
Teenage Frankenstein movies.
I have no fucking. I'm just naming Frankenstein shit. Sorry, Johnny. I wish I had a better answer.
I'm drawing a blank. I know there's a few.
Well, while you think about that, we'll read Gabriel's a comment saying happy belated to Ken Forey and best wishes for Reggie Bannister.
Oh yeah, happy belated Ken Forey. Oh my God, Reggie Bannister too, man. He's in hospice, right?
Aw.
Ugh.
Everybody's getting old.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got a chance to meet him. What a sweet guy he is too. You want to? That's one of those stories where that's one of those people where you go meet them and they're just as fucking cool
Reggie?
as you want them to be. You know? Yeah, Reggie was super cool.
Ken's pretty cool too.
Yeah, Ken's awesome too. Yeah,
he's always like fucking with people at conventions. It's pretty good.
Dave Henderson says Oscar predictions, and have you seen Amelia Perez?
I keep fucking taunting my wife with that one. It's like I want to watch Amelia Perez, even though like everything you read about it is the director didn't do any fucking research.
Is that the one with
it's the Mexican cartel and the
Zoe Zoe is that her fucking
Saldana
name? Zoe Saldana, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got what's her face that used to date Justin Bieber. She's known for other shit. Why can't I think of her name?
I don't know. I did
bunch of people in it. It's got really bad writers, but for some reason it's nominated. Like one of the main actresses came out and like got herself canceled.
What are you doing?
Rolling down.
There's fucking other shit to
all right. Jeez, I didn't expect my head to get bitten off. Holy shit. Joe's very passionate about Amelia Perez.
I have the fucking questions that everybody has, and he's just like, yep, we're just going down. All of these right here.
I got you.
So I
was gonna scroll back up just to finish that thought.
I don't give a shit about the Oscars. There you go.
Neither do I, to be honest.
And Amelia Perez. Once I found out what it was about, because I was like, oh, I saw some roundtable actor thing with Zoe Saldana and some other actresses and Demi Moore and
Selena Gomez. That's
Mikey.
her name.
What's her face from Scream, the new Scream movies. And it was cool. And, I watched that and she's like, oh, I'm playing, Amelia Perez. And and I think she's like wasn't she a singer?
They didn't even do any fucking research. But
okay,
yes.
But I'm saying,
yes, that's
a singer.
What she's supposed to be. Yes.
So I didn't know anything about it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I want to see Zoe Saldana do something else besides Gamora, and
turn a penis into a vagina. That's one of the songs.
What?
I'm not making that up. Look it up.
Okay. Anyway, I thought she was like singing like opera. I thought she was doing a biopic, and it is a biopic, but I didn't realize that it was for a trans person. Then I'm like, well, why the fuck is Zoe Saldana playing it then?
I don't think I don't know enough about it to be perfect.
I don't really
person. Maybe someone in the comments.
I know. I really don't know too much about it. But my point is, it sounds like they missed the mark.
I believe the lead actress that got herself canceled was a trans person. But again, Tony from Hack the Movies watched it. Ask him. I'm going to watch it just because I need to know how fucking bad it is, and it's on Netflix. But I have not seen it. Long story short.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it, so I can't really speak to it. But I did want to see it because I thought it was.
You thought it could be interesting.
It looked cool. I didn't realize what it was about until because I thought it was just about like this Latin singer.
And
that she was portraying, and then like Zoe's was like, oh, I used to sing and I used to dance when I was a kid, and I was like
trying to correlate.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like that sounds interesting.
Because it has to do with the gang culture and everything too.
Yeah, I didn't really know.
I mean, if I'm wrong talking out of my ass, let me know. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure
you're right. I think you're right, but yeah, I didn't know too much about it. Daryl Nye's.
I hope the substance fucking takes a lot of.
It's gonna
just fuck Amelia Perez. Let the substance give Dune 2 some fucking credit. There's a lot of other movies that deserve it. Even Wicked. I didn't even care for Wicked or about Wicked, but a lot of people liked it, so I feel like that probably deserves it more.
I think it's always fun when things like Parasite win and The Substance and Godzilla, because those are movies that I like, and the other the other things are created solely for the fact of trying to win an Oscar, which is
that's a problem.
I'm good on that.
That's why I don't like the Oscars anymore. Yeah. I haven't really watched them in like fucking 15 years. I appreciate them. I know some people are really into it. I'm more there for the Tim Heidecker and a Greg Turkington on cinema special that they do every year, which I'm missing, but I will watch the replay on the High Network later.
There's so many people like Two Peas on a Pod, which is not Two Peas on a Pod anymore. I mean, I forgot the name. I'm sorry, but they had their own version of it, which I got to do to read the nomination and winner for best horror movie, and go check that out. Spoilers: The Substance won. But then also we got asked to do the Scares again from
we did that last year, I think, too, right?
Yeah, from Horror Addicts, and that's gonna be cool. So we also have to record that tonight. Don't forget.
Yes,
we're not telling you what it is or what it's for, or who's the winner, but we're gonna be part of that as well.
We'll do that before we record the monkey review.
Yeah, so that's all cool stuff. Daryl Nees says, have you guys ever considered reviewing Three Amigos?
We talked about it. Very casually. Never really got high on the
passing.
list.
I mean,
there's so many other. I'd rather do fucking Clifford before I do that movie.
Yeah, if
I'm gonna do I almost said Steve Martin, a Martin Short movie.
Yeah, I agree.
That's way more in our wheelhouse, and it's just so ridiculous.
Clifford's one of my favorites from when I was a kid, and it's just like a batshit fucking comedy. So.
I mean, Three Amigos, I haven't watched it in a long time. I remember liking it as a kid. I don't know how well it holds up. I'm sure it's still funny, but I don't know if I have enough to talk about with that film.
It's also one of those things where, like...
Chevy Chase was an asshole.
Sometimes movies are just good, and there's nothing really interesting to talk about. I don't know. Again, a big part of the show is highlighting movies that a lot of people don't talk about and a lot of people don't know about, or at least the majority of people don't know about. And that's the fun part of being like, hey, here's this thing that you probably never fucking heard of, or maybe you have in passing, or maybe you haven't checked it out, or maybe you used to love it as a kid, and here it is again. Right. And we're kind of, examining it.
Generally speaking, yeah.
I mean, sometimes we do shit like Cool Runnings and things like that. Or Uncle Buck, and it's like, well, why do those movies? It's like, well, those movies are very close to us, which is different. Three Amigos, not a close movie to either of us, I don't think.
I mean, I can think of several other films, again, not a bad movie, but there's a lot more comedy films I'd rather cover.
It's a funny movie, and I think it's a good movie, but I wouldn't
It's not close to the heart.
I mean, we'd have to be on
City Slickers before this. I'm not even a big fan, but you have history.
I'd rather do City Slicker. Oh, I would do City
Clifford easily.
Yeah, but like maybe
The Jerk.
Yeah, ask me on Movie Dumpster season 50 if we're gonna do Three Amigos.
Yeah, but we're fucking brains in a jar still talking.
Yeah. Gabriel Ribeiro says, Joe, with hindsight, how would you feel about a Corman-produced, O'Bannon-directed Alien? This is a loaded question, I feel like. Because Corman would have never, even in the heyday, he would have never had the budget that was needed for O'Bannon's vision.
He would have somehow found a way to split that money between multiple films and filmed it at the same time.
Oh, what the fuck?
I could have put my hand up like that. I got confused.
Oh, thumbs up there.
You gotta turn that off somehow. OBS make us look like assholes on the video version.
But Corman would have never put the amount of money. He wouldn't have been able to fund O'Bannon's vision for Alien. And while Alien, O'Bannon's version of it is very different than what we got, it's at its core the same. And I want to go on record and say, it's tough because like Dan O'Bannon's dead and that's it, right? So like Ridley Scott just keeps talking out of his fucking ass and thinks that he owns Alien. And it's like,
well, the studios let him do it.
It was not, he was hired. The studios hired Ridley Scott and he didn't want to do it, I don't think, at the beginning.
Now he's like,
it's mine. It's mine. And it's like, O'Bannon was working on Jodorowsky's Dune or Jodorowsky's Dune. Is it Jodorowsky or is it Jodorowsky?
I don't. It might be the second thing you said. I'm not.
I always thought it was Jodorowsky.
Jodorowsky. I think you're right. Yeah.
But he when he was working on his Dune, Jodorowsky's Dune with Giger. And that's where he got Giger from. That's where he met Giger and was like, I want you to design the Alien. Ridley Scott never made that fucking call to Giger. Like that was a Dan O'Bannon thing. And again,
there's so many factors.
Again, we wouldn't have the Alien we have without Ridley Scott and without the producers of that film or without Dan O'Bannon. It took all of them to make that movie and what we got. So it wasn't just one singular thing.
It even affected Dune, honestly, because then it ended up turning into what David Lynch got. He wasn't even happy with that either because he got promised, H.R. Geiger's designs are going to be involved and all
Well, it's Giger. And
I know I keep saying Geiger, my
and
bad.
it's like a totally different
No,
thing.
I know. I'm just saying there's so many things that ballooned out of that. You know, it's almost good it worked out the way it did.
They kicked it to Lynch and then fucked him over.
He got fucked royally. I'm just saying that is
Even
also
though
part of that Alien O'Bannon madness.
Yeah, but I like Lynch's Dune. I mean, I go heavy into it
on Tony's show.
Hack the Movies. Go check those out. Those were really fun episodes to do.
I just always think of that. I mean, it was relevant to what you actually were saying with that kind of thing where it's like Lynch hates that movie, but people like it.
I like it.
He had a horrible experience, though.
Well, yeah, he had a horrible experience. Didn't get to do his vision and
didn't get the final edit.
Final cut.
He was pissed about that. Never did it again.
Well,
learning experience.
Well, he even went on record and said like that 3-hour version of it isn't even his version. Right. He's like my cut was the one that I put in the theaters. That was his cut.
Mm.
So
just wasn't what he wanted, but
the production wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So yeah, just to that point, no, I don't think it would have worked out. I think it would have been a footnote in the B movie pantheon.
Yeah. Instead of this massive franchise.
It wouldn't be this classic movie that nobody can possibly fucking replicate because it was lightning in a bottle. You know, except of course James Cameron stepped in and did it, and then that's the rest is history. But taking it in the only direction you possibly could, except back to basics. So Sean Laughlin says, Cybo Man versus Man's Best Friends. Oh my God, place your bets. Now you're fucking talking. Genetically, Lance Henriksen, genetically modified Rottweiler versus oh my God, what's his name?
Cybo Man?
No. Oh my God,
I've never seen Man's Best Friend.
I just fucked up the joke. From Lawnmower Man, versus Pierce Brosnan's Cyber Monkey,
Dr. Angelo, I think his name is.
Man, that's a fucking match. That is like the MDU video game that I want, right?
I didn't realize Man's Best Friend is a cybernetic dog.
It's not a cybernetic dog. It's a chimera dog.
I've seen pictures.
It's like a Rottweiler. It's on the shelf. Okay. On the cover, it looks like it's like, it's a cyber dog, but it's not.
So maybe that's one of those bad covers.
Yes. Oh, that is a bad cover because it's not a fucking robot dog.
Whoever asked that earlier, there's an actual answer.
There's an actual answer. He's like a chimera, so it's a Rottweiler, but he has like chameleon power, so he can like cloak himself, and he pisses acid. And
like in Nightmare 4? Does he wake up
fire.
Freddy?
That's fire.
Oh.
And his fucking claws like pop out. It's great. God. We gotta cover it.
All right.
And,
I'll watch it.
And what's her face is in it from Breakfast Club. She's like the main chick.
Molly Ringwald?
No. The one that eats the fucking potato chips on the sandwich. The cereal on the sandwich.
Is that the goth chick? I haven't seen it forever.
She's not the goth chick, but yeah.
Wow.
I forget
She's
her name.
supposed to be, and then they change it at the end. Wow, you can't be goth because you're an asshole if you're goth, I guess. You gotta be prissy.
Well,
I hate that movie.
Well, no, she's just like the outcast chick. She's the weirdo.
She's supposed to be goth.
I think
it's a poor representation of
I don't
a goth
I don't think
person.
she's supposed to be goth.
I could be wrong. I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
I haven't liked either viewing. The message is horrible in that film. Don't you forget about how I was a different person before this day.
That's the whole point of the movie, Sean.
Stupid.
How they grow together in detention.
Bro, let me change my whole personality for this jock douchebag. Fucking losers. Anyway, next question. Connor McGraw says, "Yo, you all need to watch Evil." What is Evil, Connor?
What is Evil?
Oh, I've actually I don't want to always just be like my wife. She watched that show.
It's a show?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's like these detectives literally like researching evil. And I always forget his fucking name. Apologies, but the guy who played Ben in Lost, he's this guy with glasses, very short hair. I don't know. I forget his fucking name. Very good actor, but he's like one of the people that works for the devil. I've only seen scenes, but what I've seen was very good. I think the guy that plays Luke Cage is one of the main characters.
Oh, really? Yeah, I love him.
It's good from what I saw, Connor, but I'm kind of coming at it with very little information. Like, it's on the TV while I'm on the computer. Oh, that looked kind of cool. Back to the computer. Oh, that looked kind of cool. Back to the computer.
Yeah, I got to. I mean, I'll check it out for sure.
It looks fun though.
Yeah. Daryl Nees says, Joe, since you weren't on Tony's since you weren't on Tony's, for what did you think of Alien Resurrection?
Oh man, that movie does not hold up good.
I think it's fine. Alien Resurrection's fine. It's a extra if you need it kind of movie for me. I think it's one of those things that was kind of butchered by the studio. You know, the guy who directed it was a French director. I forget his name, but he did the movie Delicatessen, which fucking rules. If you haven't seen that, I forget his name. And one of the actors from Delicatessen is the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
In that movie, it's just a weird kind of thing, and I think the movie's fine. Like, it's just weird and it's out there, and I kind of like it because of that. It takes chances and does weird things within the xenomorph lore, which is fine with me. It's a lot better than the fucking black goo bullshit that we're gonna just keep getting shoved down our throats for the next fucking 20 years of Alien.
Can't disagree with that.
But because the newborn was kind of a cool idea. The idea of the hybrids is so much fun, and that was was like from the Kenner toys. I mean, they didn't do like gorillas or anything like that, but like
they should have.
I agree. They did it in the video games. But like, you know, that's stuff from the comics and stuff from the novels and stuff which I thought was kind of cool. And come to find out, they had an audio book of the original Alien 3 script, and it was read by Lance Henriksen as Bishop for his character, and Michael Biehn for Hicks, because he's alive in that version of Alien 3. And it was cool because or it was interesting to me, rather, that a lot of the stuff from that original Alien 3 script made its way into the Alien Resurrection script. So there's a lot of the hybrid stuff. There's a lot of all of that stuff comes from that script, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's just one of those movies that was fucking overcooked and kind of shat out by, you know, they fucked up 3. It's Fincher, right? Yeah. They fucked Fincher on 3. Even though I still think The Work Print's a good movie, but it could have been such a better movie. And I think they fucked themselves on Resurrection. They're like, how do we course correct? Oh, no, Sigourney Weaver, we got to bring her back because we can't possibly do an Alien movie without Sigourney Weaver.
Well, it's like the Arnold shit with Terminator. It just kind of turned into that, right?
Yeah, and they're like, teach the cash cow. And I'm like, I'm still going to go see a fucking Alien movie without Sigourney Weaver in it, guys. Like,
you would
clearly.
Think. Yeah.
But anyway.
Like, I rewatched him when we did Romulus when that came out. I think I talked about it in that review. But, like, 4 I used to be kind of hot on, and then just on a rewatch, it didn't hold up for me.
Resurrection?
I keep calling it 4, but yeah, Resurrection.
I mean, it is 4.
And 3, I still haven't seen that director's cut, but I don't remember liking the theatrical. I think I wanted to see the theatrical to get the original experience, and I just haven't gone back to the other cut that I've always heard is better from Joe and other people.
The cut is better. The effects don't hold up great.
Well, you go into it thinking about that, right?
You gotta separate that. I really wish somebody would go back and like fix the effects in that. Man, that would like totally be great, but they'll never do that. Maybe somebody could do a homebrew or something. That'd be fucking cool.
Cool.
Like a visual effects artist. That'd be fucking awesome.
I just think 4, if we ever did cover it, just Winona Ryder is not great in that movie, unfortunately. She was going through some shit. That's when she did the shoplifting and everything. So
yeah, I forgot.
Or trying to come back from that. Sorry.
It's cool. I don't know. I don't think Winona Ryder's great in that movie as Call.
No, she's bad.
I'm good.
Oh yeah, she's right.
I don't know. It's fine. It's a better Alien movie than Alien Covenant.
Oh,
that's for sure.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. You thought that was like the bottom of the barrel, and then they kept making them. You're like, well, actually, that's kind of close to the top that I thought it was.
How do you fuck this up? And it's like, oh, okay, got it. And then that starts the whole fucking Ridley Scott Reich of like wanting to rewrite the fucking lore of Alien.
Right, Ridley Scott's masturbatory things. I don't know. There's a word in there. Penis.
Master opus?
Jacking off is what I'm trying to say in a more elegant way. Like you could say that.
Masturbatory?
There you go. That's what I'm
like,
trying
what the fuck are you saying over there?
I'm trying to say. I've been trying to say it a few times. I finally couldn't get it out.
It's there.
Yeah.
All right, one more we're gonna take from Low Wang. We're gonna talk, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about some other stuff, and then we're gonna bounce out of here.
It's a bad question because I can't actually give a real answer.
Low Wang DC asks, Sean, what's worse, Breakfast Club or St. Elmo's Fire?
I guess Breakfast Club because I've never actually watched St. Elmo's Fire. Those movies aren't for me. I've talked about it in the show. I don't know. I guess Breakfast Club is more of a coming into age kind of story, but
it's a coming of age movie. It's the juxtaposition of different social groups in high
Coming
school
together.
coming together and kind of talking about why they don't like each other or why they do like each
I
other.
like
Are
that
they
part of
friends?
the movie. Just the ending, I don't
That's
like.
the whole fucking movie.
I just don't like that they literally like changed their outfits and they changed what they're gonna be like because I like this guy.
Well, they changed their outlook on life and they realized that like they're not defined by their labels. That's the whole point of the movie.
But they changed their outfits, so it's like contradictory in my opinion.
What do you mean?
Well, they don't care what they look like, but they're gonna change what they look like. Molly Ringwald and the not goth girl. They changed their whole outfits.
What do you mean they changed their outfits?
They wear different shit at the end. When's the last time you saw this movie? The one girl, she's like wearing a pink top and she changes her hair.
No, I don't know.
She's not goth anymore. It's fucking stupid.
It's not.
She's gonna go with the guy.
Goth. She's not goth.
Okay, she's whatever the equivalent
She's just
of
an
goth
outcast,
at the time period
dude. She's
was.
just an outcast. She's not goth.
Well, it's John Hughes' version
Yeah.
of goth. That's why it's like it is.
She's just like the nerdy girl. That's all.
I always read it as she's the goth girl, but again, I don't like the movie, so I'm probably wrong.
You don't even you've seen it one time.
I saw it twice. It's not good.
I think it's fine. I mean, I don't really have any strong feelings about it. Oh, Connor said it's not a show where forensic psychologists and a priest investigate cases that could be supernatural.
Evil.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. I kind of like that.
I wish I had more information. I got kind of the breadcrumbs by watching somebody else kind of watch it.
Is that the one with the guy? What's the new show with the guy from Sterling K. Brown?
Maybe.
Is that the new show with him?
Someone let us know. I don't recognize the name.
Oh, there
It's
it
been
is.
a couple of years.
Daryl Nye's Ali Sheedy or Daryl Knees, excuse me. Ali Sheedy, that's the name I was looking
Goes
for.
from goth to pretty. Maybe it's not, maybe goth is the wrong word.
I
but
think goth. It's more like she's all that.
She's
It's
kinda
not
emo,
She's
yeah.
not goth.
more emo, but I don't know. Was emo even a thing in the fucking 80s?
Emotionally,
I'm starting to lose my. I
yeah.
don't know as much about
Anyway,
music from
I
that
don't
era.
really give a shit.
I never really cared at all. I'm surprised we went into it that deeply.
Have you guys seen Good Burger 2? No. Oddly enough, we were supposed to cover it.
When
We
came
never
out,
did.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of factors
It
behind the
just-
scenes that maybe delayed that episode.
It
But
just slipped away.
we need to circle
That
back on
was it.
that.
We gotta
And Oopsie Baby Oopsie Daisy. I
Yeah.
feel like we've been talking about those episodes for a while.
Yeah. So, we got
One day.
we definitely get to those. All right, we still got a long night ahead of us. We got to do the monkey review
Oh yeah,
after this.
a couple little things.
Yeah, so we don't want to split on you guys, but we do have to get back to the old grind for you as well to get you those episodes this week. So yeah, we wanted to spend some time with you. We had a great time hanging out with you guys. It's always fun to get to do this. Glad we got to make the February wrap up, and you know,
yeah.
we weren't we didn't miss it, right?
Watch Yellow Jackets. I guess
Watch
that's
Yellow
my
Jackets.
final note.
It's a good
Watch
show.
it.
Oh,
You want it-
White Lotus too. White Lotus fucking rules.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Mhm.
We're doing that third season. It's coming out soon.
I just watched the first couple episodes with my wife.
I thought that as another show, not like Yellow Jackets, but a show that you know there's going to be something weird when you get into it, but you're not really sure what the weird angle is going to be, and it's like uncomfortable situation after uncomfortable situation. You're like, oh, okay, I get
It's great.
it now.
It's very good, and
Yeah.
it's like always at a hotel, and
Yep.
there's like fucking nefarious shit going on with all the
That's-
people that are there. It's great.
Mhm.
Season 2 was not
Definitely-
as good as the first one, but this third one's shaping up to be pretty good. Walton Goggins is in it. Fucking
Oh.
Lisa from Black Pink
Walter
is in it.
Goggins is so good, man. After
Yeah.
he did Fallout and Righteous Gems, I mean, he's
Yeah.
done shit for like how many decades
Oh, yeah.
now, but
I'm
actor.
glad that he's finally getting the recognition he deserves. I mean, I guess he always did in the
More
biz,
so lately.
but like, I mean, as a star.
Oh yeah,
So that's cool. But yeah, all right, guys. We had a blast hanging out again. If you can spare anything, please do us a favor. In the description of this video is a GoFundMe for our friend Jeremy, who is currently battling leukemia. So if you can please donate if you can directly, or again, we didn't get any super chats tonight, but if we did get any super chats, those will already go. We're donating anyway, regardless. But if you could, that'd be great. And if you're listening to the show after the fact, there's a link in the podcast description as well. So we'd really appreciate that if you could lend a hand to a fellow brother in the community and friend and dad, great dad. So yeah. So with that, we will leave you guys. Have an awesome Sunday. I hope you guys have a great week. And we got some good stuff coming up for you this week. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay. Sorry for being sick. Sorry for not getting stuff out as fast as we'd like. So thanks for hanging in there. We always appreciate it. Thanks everybody on Patreon. Thanks everybody that is a YouTube member, and everybody else. We love you too. So we will catch you guys soon, and yeah, have a great one, guys.
Get your Shamrock Shakes,
Get your
baby.
Shamrock-
It's almost St. Patty's Day. It's
Oh.
coming, guys. It's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
I got a
baby.
shirt coming. I don't know if it's gonna be in time for the episode, but it's a fucking doozy.
Where'd you get it from?
I got it from our friends over at the Golden Arches, so that might be a bit of a teaser. I'll
You-
tell Joe off the air. You guys gotta wait.
You got a.
Let's
Oh my
Shamrock
God!
Shakes.
I'm so excited.
It's
All right,
coming,
guys.
St. Patty's Day.
All right,
Look
guys.
forward to
We
it.
will catch you later. Have a great one.
Take care, guys.